I want, when I get out of here, to leave a country stronger than I came in. Donald Trump came in and basically has said, it's all about me.
I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can. And that's the Trump formula.
A little bit of a pungent odor, I would say, yeah. People were a little scared to talk about it, but it was obvious. Maybe it wasn't permanent or all the time, but it's there.
Trump will be a massive complaining, whining, weak, soft, annoying, incredibly sheepish victim this entire coming year. That's not a prediction from a Democrat. That's what former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger just said after exposing shocking details about Trump's marriage. Now Trump's having a complete meltdown, proving Kinzinger right with every angry social media post. But here's what makes this different from previous Trump scandals. His own party members aren't rushing to defend him anymore. The silence from Republicans speaks volumes, and it might be the clearest sign yet that Trump's grip on power is finally slipping.
If he stands up and he talks about policy, he talks about issues and talks about, like basically gives a speech he's never given before. But again, I mean, even today he put out a Truth Social that's like, I forget what it was, attacking Joe Biden, of course, and all the January 6ers who are really just hostages. An insurrection against our Capitol that was violent, that attacked police officers, that attacked innocent people, and pretending like it never happened.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder why Trump always seems to be the victim in his own story? Like clockwork, whenever something doesn't go his way, the excuses start flying. Adam Kinzinger just pulled back the curtain on this whole act during his recent CNN appearance, and boy, was it revealing. When Kinzinger labeled Trump a professional victim, a professional whiner, and bellyacre, he wasn't just throwing insults. He was exposing Trump's entire political playbook. Think about it. Here's a guy who built his brand on being a tough, no-nonsense businessman who tells it like it is, but his actual behavior tells a completely different story.
I'm a proud conservative. I always have been. As a proud conservative, I've always put democracy and our Constitution above all else. So while I certainly don't agree with President Biden on everything, and I never thought I'd be endorsing a Democrat for president, I know that he will always protect the very thing that makes America the best country in the world, our democracy. And it's because of my unwavering support for democracy that today, as a proud conservative, I'm endorsing Joe Biden for re-election. That this is a stark choice. This isn't just, who do I agree with more on certain issues? I actually don't even really know where Donald Trump stands on many issues.
This is a man who can't handle even the mildest criticism without throwing a full-blown tantrum. Remember when a reporter asked him a basic question about COVID response plans, and he called her nasty and stormed off? Or when he spent weeks tweeting about how SNL was being unfair to him? Not exactly the behavior of someone with thick skin. The disconnect between Trump's strong man image and his constant whining is almost comical. One minute he's the tough guy who's going to make America great again, and the next he's complaining that everybody from judges to journalists to his own appointed officials are treating him so unfairly. It's like watching a schoolyard bully burst into tears the moment someone stands up to him.
During a peaceful transfer of power, and then act like it's the other side that's created an environment where there is violence in our discussion. No, look, we have to be serious about this, but what we can't do, and this is what I get worried about, is that we're gonna be intimidated away from telling the American people the truth, which is Donald Trump truly is a threat to democracy. Fred Upton, a congressman from Michigan, he has what we call the Upton prophecies, where he kind of like predicts what's gonna happen in the future. And he told me on January 7th, he goes, Donald Trump's gonna run again. And I'm like, no way. I don't believe it, Fred.
His victimhood strategy has a clear pattern. When he lost the election, it wasn't because more people voted for the other guy. It was because of massive fraud. When he faces legal troubles, it's never because he might have broken laws. It's because the deep state is out to get him. When his businesses fail, it's not poor management. It's unfair banks and biased regulations. The crazy thing is, this victim mentality actually works for him politically. His base eats it up because many of them feel similarly victimized by elite elites or the system. Every time Trump cries victim, it reinforces their worldview and deflects attention from legitimate criticism of his action. Kinzinger's prediction that Trump will be a massive complaining, whining, weak, soft, annoying, incredibly sheepish victim this entire coming year seems spot on, especially as his legal troubles mount. But what made Kinzinger's comments truly explosive wasn't just calling out Trump's victim act, it was how they exposed the fragility behind his tough guy persona.
You know, people will tell me sometimes like, Adam, you're courageous, and I appreciate it. I'm not courageous though. I'm surrounded by cowards. Donald Trump is a weak man pretending to be strong. Americans that were concerned about January 6th that still voted for Donald Trump because other issues, economics, inflation, whatever. All we can do as leaders, as media, is just tell the American people the truth. And it's on the American people to seek out true information and not be manipulated, abused by a weak small man. An insurrection against our Capitol that was violent, that attacked police officers, that attacked innocent people, and pretending like it never happened.
Behind that fragile tough guy facade sits something far more devastating. A totally fake image slapped together with gold paint and hot air. Trump's entire brand is like one of those cheap Las Vegas props. Shiny from a distance, but hollow and flimsy up close. That gold-plated everything isn't just tacky, it's compensation for something much deeper. His skyscrapers, his private jets, even his bizarre gold-painted apartment. They're all part of a desperate attempt to look like the billionaire he claims to be. What Kinzinger did wasn't just poke fun at Trump's marriage problems, he systematically took apart the entire Trump myth brick by fake gold brick. While Trump has spent decades telling everyone he's some kind of business genius, Kinzinger pointed out the obvious. This dude has bankrupted casinos. Those places are literally designed to make money no matter what, yet somehow Trump managed to lose money running them. But the real knife twist in Kinzinger's takedown? That comment about Trump's pungent odor. Ouch. For a guy who's completely obsessed with appearances, that's like kryptonite. Imagine spending your whole life building this image of success and power, only to have someone suggest you smell bad. It's the ultimate playground insult, and Trump has the emotional maturity to match. Trump's response to Kinzinger only made things worse. Instead of acting like the powerful leader he pretends to be, he had a total meltdown. Name-calling, social media tantrums, the works. It's like watching a toddler who dropped his ice cream cone. Every angry tweet just confirmed exactly what Kinzinger said about him being a whiny, weak, small, tiny man. The guy who claims to be so tough can't even handle a little criticism without completely falling apart. The internet had a field day with all this. Overnight, Trump went from feared leader to the butt of jokes, memes, late night comedy bits, Twitter roasts. The whole internet turned into one big Trump mocking party. Even more telling, the crickets from Republican leaders who used to jump to defend him. Their silence speaks volumes. They can see the Trump train derailing, and nobody wants to be on board when it crashes. The real bombshell here isn't about Trump's marriage at all. It's that the emperor has no clothes. Kinzinger basically shouted what many have been whispering for years, that beneath all the bluster and fake gold is just an insecure, thin-skinned little man desperately trying to hide his weaknesses. The tough guy act is just that, an act. And once people see through it, all that's left is a sad, angry old man yelling at clouds. And that's the thing about Trump's carefully crafted image. It's crumbling faster than a stale Trump Tower taco bowl. What Kinzinger accomplished wasn't just another political jab. He transformed Trump from a figure who inspired fear into someone who generates eye rolls and laughter. The internet's meme machine has turned Trump's meltdowns into comedy gold, making his professional victim routine increasingly ineffective. You can almost hear the collective sigh of voters growing tired of the constant whining and excuses. As his legal troubles pile up like unpaid contractor bills, Trump is losing control of his own narrative. The ultimate kryptonite for Grumpy Trumpy isn't impeachment or indictment, it's ridicule.